Hey everybody, welcome back. Jordan here. Today we are going to be changing the entire beach area. All of this water is going to be changed. I know it looks pretty good. It looks pretty awesome. And we're thrilled with the way that it looks right now. But there's some improvements that we need to make. And you know what? There's a drastic change that we could make to this area. We just don't know if we want to do the big drastic change, which would essentially reduce the beach size by half, or not the beach, but the water size by half. But today we're going to be sticking with the current table layout, but we're going to be making some monster changes to the beach, the water, and also the boardwalk that runs along here. We're going to be integrating the Ferris wheel that's currently in the middle of the road, and we've got some pretty cool plans that we're going to be executing. Now, the first thing that I need to do is actually remove all of these minifigures, all of this beach detail essentially, and strip all of these tan and dark tan plates away from these blue base plates, because they're all going to be replaced, and we're going to increase the size of our beach, reducing the amount of blue water here. I'm Aqua Batman. So here's one of our blue base plates that has the tan and dark tan and blue and trans blue elements on it to sort of make our beach. That was right there. So we're actually going to be redoing all of this to make it look more detailed. And also we're going to be replacing all of the base plates with Lego branded base plates. I know this is one of my biggest mistakes of all time, was buying off-brand base plates, but I did it during a time when Lego was not selling blue base plates. So now we're happy to say that all of the base plates in this whole area here are going to be all official brand base plates, which is amazing. I've had these base plates for a long time, but just didn't want to redo all of this work, but we're really happy to be doing it today. Well, holy cow, look at how much plate came from the beach area. That is a lot. And then all the small pieces, and we got 2 more tan plates here, and Mrs. Bricksie is working on extracting a third by transferring over our propane bullet onto a green plate. Because let me tell you, we got a lot of those right now. Walmart was selling them for 50% off. So because we're reducing the size of the water, I think it would be optimal to have a base plate here and a base plate there and a base plate there and a base plate everywhere. But we don't really have any tan plates. The only other easy one that I see would be the haunted house. That's sitting on a customized base plate that's tan, and maybe we can swap that over to green as well. I don't know though. So I've extracted all of our slopes and all the different shades of blue. That's everything that we got right there. Hoping to make the water look a little bit better than just a basic base plate. So we've actually added 3 base plates here, reducing the water base plates by 3. And now we're going to texture the beach, texture the water. Hopefully it's going to look a lot better than it did before. I'm assuming it's going to, because we plan on throwing a lot more parts at it. So I'm starting to work on the beach here, and then I realized I'm pretty much making like a Mills plate that covers up the tan base plates that I just worked so hard to extract. And then I was like, oh, I'll just put blue under there. And then I was like, oh man, I'm just like making this at the same level as the previous beach, and I'm using a whole bunch of brick and plate, and I have to continue using even more brick and plate to complete that sort of look. How did I raise it up before? I just used a piece of plywood, which is essentially 1 brick and 1 plate tall. And you know what? I've got a 10 by 30 inch piece of plywood in the garage. That's going to save me all of these pieces here. Like, how many pick-a-brick cups worth of pieces go into that just to raise it all up at the same height as that? Or I can just stick a piece of plywood under there that's free and save a whole whack of plate so that we can make our beach look better and use those parts and pieces for future projects. Just the sheer amount of parts that it would use is crazy. I would love to save all these tan plates for the beach, maybe for a modular building or something like that. And I'd like to save all of these bricks here, the colorful ones, for the stairs whenever we get around to trying that out. So I actually decided to do a bit of that Mills style right there in that corner to fill it in and sort of give it a nice angle there. And now I'm covering up the big gap that was created between the 2 levels. And now, of course, we've got to do a crazy amount of plate work just to make our beach over here. But you can see how much larger the beach area actually is going to be right here. I think that's a pretty good looking shape that we got going there so far. Using all the brick. I think we're going to put this surfer beach house right here on the very edge. And it's going to be sort of U-shaped. Leading over there. Oh, I forgot about that lighthouse. Gonna have to work that lighthouse in as well. But yeah, we've got pretty good shape here for the beach. Now it's just time to blend in with plate. Okay, so I actually decided to integrate the lighthouse right here on the edge of that boardwalk there. And as you can see, did a bunch of slope work around it. And we actually integrated that dark bluish gray stone all the way over here as it sort of blends into the beach and also really works with the old fishing store there. Started working on a lot of our plate work right here to properly make our beach or sand. I think that looks a lot better. Obviously our water is significantly reduced. And then I've put the beach or the surfer beach house right here. There's my cat. And now we're going to start texturing the rest of our sand over here. So I guess my hindsight was 2020 in this particular situation because that's all of the tan plate that we have left. Not very much. And look at the beach. Oh, it's looking good, I think. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to add the water detail. That's the next phase. And like I said earlier, this is my first ever attempt of creating actual water detail. Using blue slopes, I hope it looks good. I know I've seen a lot of huge waves out there that use 1x2 bricks and 1x1 cylinders. Just not looking to get the huge wave effect here, but just looking to add some nice texture to our water. So I used the majority of those slopes there to create this wave that sort of curves along the beach. And now I'm getting ready to add all of the water detail using all of these trans blue pieces. I think it looks better with the water detail. What do you think? If I cover the entire area, will that look pretty good? Well, that's what I'm going to do, I think. I've got all of these pieces here and these two drawers. So there's our light blue and dark blue. So as you can see, I've got to go through and sort out all the stuff that would work for our water detail. Light blue has been sorted, and now we're ready to move on to dark blue. Actually, the first thing that I'm doing to sort this is running it through my large Lego head sorter. This thing's pretty good. I just wish it had more layers with smaller holes because it doesn't do a great job of sorting, but at least it extracts all the huge stuff. But I just wish it had more layers so it would offer a more refined by size sort, you know? Because when it comes down to the bottom layer, we got like some pretty big pieces in here, 1x4 bricks mixed with cylinders and plates and all the stuff that we're trying to extract. So at least it gets rid of like a little bit of stuff, but it still leaves us with a pretty big task. Be nice to get something custom made, and I've actually seen one out there on the internet. Just finished all of our sorting here, and we also pulled out our cheese wedges because those blue ones will go a long way, we think. I gotta say that this looks spectacular. The trans blue really elevates the look of the water. I like how it's all the different textures too. Studs, cheese wedges, tiles, and we actually decided to do the light blue closer to the sand, and then as you go further out, it's all dark blue. We used every single dark trans blue piece that we have, and that's where it ends right there. All of them are used. We'll have to go back to the brick bin in Calgary and hopefully get some more because that looks amazing. Actually just hopped over here to replace some of the base plates, rearranged the boats and added that one there from the shelf. So that's looking a little bit more full there. Oh man, I wish I had enough of the blue pieces to do the water over there. It just looks so good. Also, we're starting to add some white cheese wedges to the wave, which makes sense, is authentic, and starting to add some cheese wedges to the sand as well. Now I'm gonna head over to my build table here and gonna integrate this onto a gray base plate. That's the Ferris wheel. So I want to change it to gray, and then I also want to tile the whole thing brown. And I'm going to make a 32 by 32, that's one base plate platform, that's going to branch off the boardwalk here. And I think that Ferris wheel is just going to sit right here so people can enjoy the Ferris wheel if they're going to the beach. And I think that's going to look pretty good. And I'm just excited to start that as well, because that's one of the main changes that we're working on here in this area. So it's pretty cool. Well, look at that. The Flamingo Floaty is having a wild ride as it cruises over the wave there. Wow. We reassembled all of our palm trees, and look at the platform I built for the Ferris wheel. This guy approves. Yeah, the Ferris wheel now is on this little platform here, and we connected it to the boardwalk. Gave it the same sort of rail using all of the different arches. Those arches actually all came from the Coliseum part out. And look who we have down here. There's our first minifigure placed under there. But you can see the supports we used, the circular pieces. I think it looks pretty neat. And we think the new coffee cart promo will be a perfect fit for right there as well. Okay, so here is the finished product. The beach is looking pretty sweet. It's definitely pretty spacious. There's lots of room for more details. But check out some of the really cool details that we added to the water here. This gentleman over here who is kayaking. Surfers there. We've got some people in the water. Got some dolphins. Of course, that lighthouse there. The old fishing store. Batman and Robin. Got the cool guy here, the sandcastle behind, these guys with their rubber duck floaties, or whatever they're called. We've got some palm trees, some beach cabanas, sort of all spaced out throughout the entire beach. Got some beach blankets and different scenes, some beach beds. You got a hammock over here, the rental shack, the beach bar, and then, of course, the installed pier here with a little bit of space underneath. We could definitely add some more minifigures and some more stuff there. And then, of course, we've got the Ferris wheel right here with that coffee cart. Pretty pleased with the coffee cart promo. Looks amazing. It's a perfect little spot for it. Of course, this area is huge, like I said at the very beginning of this video. Now, the one change that we could make to this area, if we truly wanted to expand the amount of space for the Lego City, is actually raise up this table right here, that one there, so that it's at the same height as the Lego City, that being, of course, all of this space over here. And if we did that, this whole area right here would actually be raised up, including that water over here. And then we would reduce the size of our water and our beach in half, which we could probably get away with because we can condense a lot of these details and compact them onto the one table. And then we could add more space for whatever it may be, modular buildings, residential area, campground, whatever it may be. But for now, we're running with this expanded beach because we just don't have anything else to fill it with, really. And of course, we could add more cabanas, more beach towels, more tables, more minifigures, more stuff like that. But I'm glad that we converted the majority of the pre-existing space from water to sand, because now there's just more going on rather than having some big open base plates that are just represent water. It just makes more sense. Also, we detailed the water, so it looks absolutely fantastic. But eventually, if we needed more space for the city, like I said, we could raise up one of the tables here, reducing the water area in half. But we just don't see a point in doing that right now, because then we just have a bunch of space that we don't know what to do with. But there is room for expansion, so that's good. I also think the boatyard looks pretty cool as well. But once again, there's a lot of open space there that we could definitely convert into something else if we ever were looking for space. Let us know what you think of the new and improved beach. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got lots of activity happening there, lots of things going on, and also some water detail that we've experimented with for the first time ever here in the Lego room. Looks great. I can't wait to integrate all of our water, or just make all of our water look like this in the future. I think that would be really cool. It looks awesome. Yeah, so there we go. There's the newly updated beach here in the Lego room. Let us know what you think by commenting below. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Thanks for popping by, and have a great one.